Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Rochelle, the Real Life Carnivore. Thank you so much for joining me for this little episode. And I'm going to try and do this as short and sweet as possible, just because I think it's helpful and too much information is too much information. So I just wanted to share with you guys the top 7 reasons why people don't lose weight on carnivore. So most people, when they first start carnivore, they have that initial weight loss, which is usually related to water and then inflammation. When you're eating carbohydrates, they are called carbohydrates because they hang on to hydration. That's why they're called carbohydrate. So here are the top 7 reasons why people don't lose weight on carnivore. These don't have to be permanent reasons or the reasons that keep you from hitting your weight loss goals. However, these are very important factors for you to consider. Number 1, eating too many snack foods. While there are so many delicious, nutritious, nutrient-dense carnivore snack options out there, it doesn't mean that you need to rely on them all day, every day. If you find that you are spending time grazing all day, every day, this could be something where you need to consider doing like a bulk nourishment period where you spend a large portion of your time, like maybe 2 weeks, not that that's that large, but 2 weeks of time nourishing your body to get it prepared, to get it replenished and restored with its nutrient profile. Everyone's body needs different nutrients. Everyone's body is depleted of different nutrients, in my humble opinion. I am not a doctor, but your body also needs time to rest and digest. So if you're noticing that you're grabbing for those snacks and you're feeling hungry in between your meals, there's a few reasons that that could be happening. Either you're not eating enough at your meal to stay satisfied, not eating enough fat at that meal to stay satiated through that period, or your body's just not nourished enough to even do intermittent fasting. So that is number 1. Number 2, eating too high of protein and too little fat. This is a huge one. And technically it's 2 things, which being that it's number 2, I'm glad it's number 2. Dr. Kilt says, if you eat high protein, it's like eating high carb because you're still going to elevate your blood sugar. Gluconeogenesis is the process in which the body converts proteins into sugars. And so if you're eating a high protein diet, your body is going to be experiencing sugar bumps. That can be stalling your weight loss. Number 3, I think this is kind of an underrated, undervalued component of carnivore. Oftentimes when we go carnivore, we experience the opposite. We experience weight gain. So some people might have that initial weight loss, which like I shared at the beginning of this video, is usually related to the loss of water or a reduction in inflammation. Sometimes, and this was my experience, you start gaining lean mass, you gain bone density, your tissues get stronger. This is not a bad sign, especially as you grow older. As you grow older, you want to have that lean muscle mass, that lean tissue on your body. As you age, it does become more difficult to build and maintain muscle tissue. So if you're able to eat this way, it actually is to your benefit, in my opinion. You're able to more easily maintain your muscle mass because you're eating the appropriate nutrition. Number 4, eating too little. This can be really common with carnivore, and I've seen this in my own home with my husband and with myself, depending on which way of eating we are doing. If I'm doing lion diet, I find it very easy to undereat, and I've never found it easy to undereat in my entire life until I went lion. And that is when my body felt the most nourished, the most satiated, and I just did not feel like I needed to eat as much. My husband explained to me a long time ago that part of the reason why keto is so effective for some people, or even carnivore is so effective for some people, is because they are able to experience the slightly nauseating effect that keto has. It can be very subtle and just kind of come up and your body is just like, oh, I just don't want to eat that anymore. Oh, I'm done. I'm full, and that's a great place to be, even if it's not super comfortable, but most people actually don't notice that nauseating effect. My husband is very sensitive and he notices it when he's getting into ketosis. Number 5. So we touched on this a little bit earlier in number 1, but not preparing your body to fast. If you are able to prime your body, which means just like you would put Just like you would prime an old engine, you would pump the gas pedal to put some into the carburetor, or you prime your lawnmower with the oil and gas mixture before you start it so that things are primed to start their engine, to start moving, to start working, to start being operational. If you're not able to do that, sometimes that can stall your progress. Your body needs to know that it is going to be nourished in order for it to start doing its proper processes and synthesis processes in your body. If it feels that it is not being nourished adequately, chances are it's not going to be happy if you're considering fasting down the road. Which brings me to number 6, intermittent fasting. Introducing intermittent fasting is wonderful. And most people are actually intermittent fasting, whether or not they think they are or not. And I say that because most people are not eating every hour on the hour or at all during the night. Unless you're me when you're pregnant, I usually had to get up around 1 a.m. for a snack every night. I would just be hungry and I would just wake up. And so I would just get up and honor my body in that way. But if you are planning to do intermittent fasting, you may already be doing that and just not realize that. So intermittent fasting can be great because then that can get our body into a stage of what is known as autophagy. And autophagy is where our body starts breaking down old cells that are just not functioning as optimally as they could be and getting rid of them. And so when there's new cells coming in to replace the old cells, things start to work and function a little bit more efficiently and effectively, which I think is why this way of eating is often very age reversing or age defying for a lot of people. My last reason for why I see people not able to lose weight on carnivore, number 7, body hormones healing. Healing is not linear. I cannot stress this enough. Healing is not linear. No two bodies are going to heal at the same pace, at the same rapidity. My husband's body healed a lot faster than mine did. He was also able to get into ketosis a lot easier than I was because I had to figure out what nutrient profile ratio worked best for me. I'm not a huge pusher on counting your calories and tracking your macros, but I do think that it can be very helpful and effective, and I will implement that when it feels appropriate, just to see kind of where I'm at, where other people are at, and to see how deep of a ketosis I can get my body into, because I want to heal certain things in my body. If you have conditions like autoimmune disease, cancer, those types of things, getting your body into a deep state of ketosis can be super beneficial. I would recommend looking into Dr. Thomas Seyfried's work if you haven't already, especially if you have cancer or know someone with cancer. I mean, there are solutions out there for people to heal their bodies and to reverse these terrible diagnoses. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and gotten some value out of it. These are my top 7 reasons for why you are not losing weight on carnivore. If you have exhausted all of these tools for more than just a couple of days, if you have tried these things for more than a few days, then please go ahead and reach out to me or come and join me in the Steak and Butter Gang, where we have daily meetings and we discuss all of these things. We answer your questions. You can get some one-on-one support. You can also email me, and I will leave all of my contact information in the description box below. You guys, it's been my pleasure to share this information with you, and I hope that it brings you a lot of value. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and like and subscribe and drop me a comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Have a blessed rest of your day. Bye for now.